You think I would be this funny off microphone?
I did think it was out of character.
Yeah.
So yeah, as it turns out, you can get a blow-up Mariah doll just as an ornament for the front garden. And one of the photos I saw, she was attached to a reindeer, so I'm assuming you can get those as well.
How was she attached to a reindeer?
Well, if you want to know that, KG, you're going to have to Google it for yourself.
Oh, thank God there's incognito mode.
It doesn't help, though, if someone walks in on you. Glenn made me do it. That doesn't help your case, babe.
Yeah. Your imaginary friend from England, yeah. He exists, sure. I feel that we haven't mentioned the WhatsApp group in a long time.
There's a WhatsApp group?
Yeah, it is. And it's rather lively. It is. People are actually using it and posting stuff and that sort of thing. And that is really nice.
Yeah, I thought about that here the other day. It is a lively group, and everybody's active and taking like initiative and writing stuff. So it's not, we just created the group and it just got a life of its own, which is nice. I mean, it doesn't need any administrative powers.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah. Well, there were slight rules from our end, weren't there, when we first set it up? There was going to be an absolute nightmare, but it's turned out a little group. So
yeah, our own little private social media. So if there are any listeners who want to join in, just say so to any one of us, and we'll add you.
DM us, and we'll add you to the group. And what do they get when they join the group?
Lifelong friendship.
Now you're pushing it.
Yeah, that's I was gonna say the odd dad joke and some pictures of people making stuff. I mean, it's everything from making until life's greatest questions in the meaning of life. It spans rather wide.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually started my next project as well. Trying to make a garden trowel. I think that's what it's called. You know, a little garden trowel.
Trowel.
I mean, it's a small spade to dig in the garden.
A trowel.
Trowel.
Yes.
Yeah, I have only seen it written.
Okay. I think it's that VW thing which doesn't help.
Yeah, probably.
They sell shovels at the garden center, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. It's a hand trowel, KJ.
Okay.
What's inspired you to make that?
Yeah, I saw a video of a Swedish blacksmith. It was Torjörn Åhman who made one from scratch, and I thought, that is, you can make that from a pipe, and that is exactly what I have left of the gas canisters.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, I can reuse that. So I started cutting it out, and like when I got in from cutting, I saw that Dyson Every Film just released a video where he made one. And that felt like, God damn it. But his is very much more polished, and I'm looking a bit too nice. A little too store-bought.
His has got a skull in the handle, hasn't he?
Yes. Yes.
As you do.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, cool.
So that was it. Was, I mean, it was nice to get going and just play around more with an angle grinder. It was far too long, but just seeing that, it kind of took the wind out of my sails. But also, yeah.
Are you going to polish it up and make it look all nice and shiny, or?
No, I wanted to have kind of the feeling you should be able to see what it's been. Right. So then I can't do too much of polishing.
That's kind of nice. Kind of a nice route to take, I think, KJ, actually. Yeah, I like that.
A little less aggressive than my previous uses of them.
So have you two got any ideas for your bogwood projects yet?
I felt that you were going to ask that. Well, now that knife scales are out of the picture, no, I have no good ideas at least. No.
No.
I had an idea, but I really don't feel like it. Need to find something else.
Yeah. Who set that up? Really? This is really stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid challenge.
I thought it was nice. Having done it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be smug about this the rest of the year. And me and Haavard late December just trying to force something out.
Just know whatever you two will do will probably get more views than my video has. So.
I don't count on it. Yeah, what could you do with a small piece of wood?
I've got enough left to do what I was originally going to do with mine, and that was to make a lamp, to be fair, but I still might at one point. Just because the idea's still in my head.
Yeah, you need those ideas flushed.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yes, it could have been a handle to a lot of things, but I feel a handle has been done now, so yeah.
And will you stabilize it? Because it's very crumbly wood.
Yeah.
No, mine wasn't crumbly. It was square and straight and firm like a rock. So yeah.
and look like a piece of pine.
Yeah.
Claiming that a 2x4 is your piece of oak.
I have some beach laying around. I can just give that a good wipe of some black
Some dark
stain.
stain.
This is my piece, so it's a delight to work with. And then cutting it on the bandsaw, and you see that white center, like, oh no! It's just you weren't supposed to see that.
Use it as a template and do a scaled up model, like.
It could be quite easy for you, actually, Haavard. You could just do a little accent piece for your back tile or something like that and stick it on there and call it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not the one to go the easy route. So
No,
need to overcomplicate it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're really good at overcomplicating stuff, aren't we? At times, at least.
How can I two-stroke a piece of wood? A meat tenderizer who just slaps things.
I feel like that.
Small spanking machine, is that what you're saying?
I feel like that should just be a rubber hand that just rotates and slaps the meat every time it goes around. A meat slapper, that's a good title for a video.
Oh. But that's the thing, though. I'm gonna have to Google that later. But someone made a video about that.
Cooking a chicken while slapping it.
Yeah,
Or
because
slapping
of
it
course
to
every
cook it.
slap has energy, and that translates to heat. So if you just slap it enough times, you should be able to cook it. And they made a contraption to just beat the hell out of it.
Did it just fall apart in the end?
Yeah, I don't remember what's the.
Me neither.
Was
think
that
they
the
were successful.
Mythbusters?
I don't think so, but I don't remember where it was.
Me either, and yeah.
Was I slapping it 10,000 times or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, I saw this was brilliant. Stuff Made Here just dropped a new video, and it's like, I love it. I think it's his best video to date, because how do you bake? Not a chocolate cake, but brownies.
Brownie.
That doesn't have the crusty edge. You want the center all around, and of course he went all scientific with it, and of course to have the perfect center, the outer part, because of heat transfer and thermodynamics, that could cook for longer. So of course he used the $1 million he has of like 5-axis CNC and whatnot, and he made aluminium molds with spikes to evenly distribute the heat through the dough. to actually cook it. And of course, he pulled it off. He made the perfect one at the end. And that's like, he probably spent half a year and God knows how much aluminium.
Yeah, there were lots of stuff cut out of those. I mean, starting with a block of aluminium to make a pan. It's not really efficient.
He ended up with 30 pounds of shavings alone from. I mean, you start with a huge block of aluminium and you just start carving things away. It's basically just a CNC approach to stonemasoning. It's like, there is a figure in that piece of rock. You just have to chip away everything that's not it.
It was really interesting to see, but I didn't really see the point of it since I like the edges of the brownie.
A brownie should be crispy on the outside and a bit gooey in the middle.
Yeah, I want the crispy stuff.
Yeah, but then you should buy the form that is, because you had a form that makes only the crispy edges.
Yeah. But yeah, it's. I mean, I wish. Wow, this is gonna sound bad. However I say it, but I mean, the addition of his wife to his videos is, I mean, that adds a lot of percents of how good they are. So
yeah,
I wish I had family members that could add to my videos in the same way.
And I think he realized that because she is now in all of his videos, and the deadpan reaction on her face to everything that he makes, that makes it's the comedic aspect of the videos brilliant. But I feel
one of my most successful videos had Michelle in it.
Yeah.
I need to get her back in.
Yeah, we should.
Definitely.
That could be our next challenge, to get our wives in the next video, and we don't tell them about it, so we just have to try to make it inconspicuous.
And if you want to go hard mode, get the others' wives in it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, let's make it really interesting. I feel like Haavard's wife would be the trickiest one to get a hold of.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I don't know.
I think I could get Sophie involved in a gardening video really easily.
Next, when I go visiting you, Glenn, you're just like, "Oh, Haavard, welcome," and like, just gonna push you to the side. Where are you, Michelle? No, I really like this last video, but I do feel a bit hurt because you find your niche. Like I'm trying to establish a YouTube cooking channel here, right? And then someone with a bigger workshop comes and knocks you out of the park before you even got traction. I feel a bit wounded, actually. It's like, it hurts.
Yeah, threw a bit more money on his problem than you did on yours.
Yeah.
It's paid out for him, hasn't it? I think the last time I looked, he got 1.6 million views on that video. So
yeah,
he's got his block of aluminium back, hasn't he?
I think so.
What's next on the cooking channel?
I mean, it's obviously that you can cook anything quickly. So next time's going to be sous vide something slow cooked. Now I'm not sure. I have the coffee grinder, which failed, and then I was thinking of upgrinding the grinder part to these one old classic cast iron meat grinders, and of course Top Gear kind of knocked that out with the V12 meat grinder blender, so it's not going to be as spectacular as that, but you can grind a lot of things. That could be a thing, but. Yeah, I haven't. It will come to me, but I'm not sure in what form and when.
A surprise grinder. A grinder surprise. That sounds nice.
It's a grind roulette. No, it's like, it's like you stick your finger in and you press a button and sometimes it starts.
You said grinder a lot of times now. Maybe we're going to attract a new audience on this episode.
Or a sponsor, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm open-minded. Listeners are listeners. Everyone is welcome.
especially if you're a sponsor.
Especially if you're a sponsor, yeah.
Everyone is welcome, especially if you pay.
So I turned down a free tool. Talking to sponsors, not I've got a sponsor, but I did turn down a free tool last week.
You turning down something free?
Yeah.
How bad was it?
It was high cheek, and they sent me a message, and would you like to try out this tool to vastly improve your woodworking? I was like, sure. And then I noticed they'd actually put a link to the tool, and it was a sander. It's like, I've already got a sander. I mean, I've already got other tools that they've sent me, but this one did not appeal whatsoever. So
Was it an orbital or a flat?
yeah, it was an orbital, but it does. It didn't look very good, I've got to admit. And I didn't like the way they tried to sell it. It will vastly improve your woodworking. I already sand my projects.
Yeah, but not in a vastly improved fashion.
This will vastly improve it.
But no, I turned it down, and then spent the next 3 days thinking, did I do the right thing? It was a free tool.
I was actually approached by a company last week, pushing work clothing, and then when I got to the bottom of the message, it's just like, yeah, here we can buy it. Like they really, like, it's obviously that they're sending it to people, like, kind of like, oh, is it something free? Because they worded it very like, yeah, here is something, and then nope, have to pay for it. Hell no. Unknown brand. What? I'm not paying to. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got any offers. Not even to pay for stuff.
I got a lot of offers. If I check my spam folder, which I does is every once in a while because something happened there by mistake, and that there's a lot of offers from basically the 2-3 same people who are obviously very lonely and just need a hug.
Yeah, AliExpress is really missing me. I feel like they're getting really needy with their emails at this point because I haven't ordered anything in quite a while.
That's weird. I don't. Maybe because I never stopped ordering shit.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
They have gone overboard lately with all the follow-ups. So it's like, of course, you order a lot of shit at the same time, and you get individual emails for all of them. We have received your order, and then 2 seconds later, we are now processing your order, and now it's shipped, and now it's to our facility, and now it's in holding, and now it's an airport. I mean, if you order 20 washers, you're gonna get 54,000 emails from them on the status before you get them. So,
but if you're like me, you read every one.
Yeah. And then,
yeah.
Oh yes, my M5 washer is now in Spain. Ooh, it's getting closer.
I love my Temu updates. And the one where it says your order is now with the courier. Woo! Next day or 2, it's going to arrive. Yay!
Unless you live in Sweden, so your package is now with the courier. So it might be now never somewhere in the multiverse. It's not going to be here at least. I did actually. Do you do this when you get paid, or you get some expendable cash in your account? You're like, I need to spend it now before it's gone. So it's like, I know that I now have to pay a lot for my car, but I have the money now. So if I'm just quick and buy stuff off AliExpress, then well. Because I won't have the money for it later. So it's like, I know it's a flawed logic, but it kind of makes sense. So,
have you checked AliExpress to see if they've got the parts?
Yes and no. I need to change an oxygen sensor as well, and that's you just screw it out and you unclip it and you put a new one in. Except I didn't manage to unclip the wire, and I was afraid of breaking anything. So I just called my old garage and said, how much for one of those Lambda songs? Yeah, we can get you one of those. It's £400. Like,
Wow.
God damn it. And I know if I buy the part myself from one of the local companies, it's like £100. But then, of course, there is, for my car, it's like 14 different variants, and which one is the correct one? And it doesn't say, because if you are a car technician, you just know. And of course, the garage don't want to tell me the specifics, because then they know I will go and order it myself. But I checked on AliExpress, and then they cost £20. So it's just,
Yeah.
I can buy two that looks right and just test.
Is there not a number on the one that's in your car already?
Probably at one time, but it's sitting on the exhaust pipe before the catalytic converter, so
Okay.
it's hot. So
Right.
anything written on it,
Yeah.
it's burned off. And then it got me thinking as well. If I can't remove the connector, then I can just cut the wires and I can solder them together and use some heat shrink. Because if I break anything, I've just done it on the part itself, not on the harness of the car. But then the question is, if you buy one with the same amount of leads, and what if the colors doesn't match? Which one do I know which is which? And of course, they are basically, I mean, there is no electricity in them. It's a kind of element that, depending on the temperature, it gives a certain resistance that will give you a voltage reading in that loop. And then, of course, they have several wires for several different temperatures, probably. And if you don't know which wire goes to where, I mean, you're fucked. So, but for £20, I'm willing to give it a go if that saves me £300. So,
Yeah, worth it.
Just get a Sharpie and draw over the light that's flashing to tell you that sensor's out.
I thought about that, because I can actually reset the alarm, and I can send it to the MOT and hope that it doesn't turn on before they're done, because they don't test the emissions on the car unless they have reason to expect that something is off. But if the fault lamp is there, they have to test it, because it can still be within the limits, and then they say it's okay, but you have a fault lamp. But of course, it is also, if I drive with it for too long, you might end up spending more fuel, but also running richer or leaner, and then might ruin the catalytic converter at some point. And those are really expensive to swap out. So I should basically swap it out, but yeah.
Fixing your car's really boring, isn't it?
Yeah. And I was kind of in this, I mean, it's the sunk cost fallacy, I think, but I spent so much money that it would be sad to just write it off. But I have been playing with that thought, and like, if I were to write it off, then of course we need a second car, and I always wanted these small K trucks, and there is one in the neighboring municipality at a decent price. And the only bad thing, it's only 2 seats. It would be nice to have the ones with the 3 seats, so I can actually bring both kids back into school. But it's like, it also got a hydraulic tip, so you can just But now that my car got back from the garage, like, fuck it, I can't. Now that option is off the table, so I'm kind of sad about that.
I mean, you can always bolt a kid's seat to the back of the truck.
Yeah. Just driving.
That's a good place.
Yeah, that's the safest place on those, because there is nothing between your knees and the rest of the world in one of those old.
No.
It's
like 1 millimeter of metal, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that was the. I always wanted the first generation Volkswagen Transporter, the one with the peace sign. Those are now ridiculously expensive, even the rusted out ones. But I mean, at least us, which is above average height, we're gonna sit with our knees touching the front panel of that car, and that is, as you say, it's just 1 millimeter. So whatever you hit, it's gonna crush you. So yeah, the survival rate on those are not good.
The knees just become the crumple zone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it is something about. I mean, today we bought the decent child seats, and we have a car with ISOFIX and whatnot, and you're paying attention. And yep, they're 4 and 6 now, so I'm gonna just ride around in a death machine from 1992.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense. But I'm a maker. I mean, I can probably build some. I mean, how hard is it to build a working airbag or two? I mean, probably get a balloon, and I have a compressor and some CO2 cartridges. So I mean, you just need a button on the front, don't you? So when you press that one, it explodes, and yeah.
I mean, you could also reinforce it to put some kind of extra bumper on the outside.
Yeah,
like
you can fit a Volvo bumper on it.
Yeah, exactly. Make it like a battering ram instead, so you're protected.
Was it Demolition Man, that now old film that had, when they had a car accident, it filled the car full of foam, like an expanding foam, which cocooned the passenger? Just do that.
Yeah, like
Just have
builder's foam.
a spray foam.
Have you crashing, you're there in the car, and then it's just slowly filling up with expanding foam, just ready to suffocate you.
Like instant mummification. It's like he's dead now, but it just cut him out and
Yeah.
That is a great YouTube video. You just go, oh, this is gonna save so much lives, and then try it out, and just you sitting in the car and it's slowly filling up.
I mean that would have been the worst way to go, because I have got that stuff on my arms, and you can never wash it out, no matter what you try. And then of course it hardens, and it's going to be there until it falls off from your hair actually growing out or whatnot. So it's, imagine being dropped into that and then have to pull it off again.
Yeah, it's not going to be a hair left on your body, is there?
No. So, that's the worst Brazilian you've ever had. A full body Brazilian. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see the dangly bits faring too well from that one either. So
You might like it.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't.
Yeah. Just leave it. Leave it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll live with the foam.
Yeah. That's just the way it is now. I mean, you could carve out the silhouette, so yeah, it's bigger.
That's some really tender carving. I wonder how many millimeters are left.
I wouldn't use the turbo plane as the first.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any better than this, or worse, or
Yeah, it's definitely worse.
It can always get worse, yeah.
Maybe next week we'll get even worse. You can hope.
Fingers crossed.
Hope to die. All right. Good night.
Fun talking
good
to you.
day or good whatever you're having.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Is there a point pushing episode 100? I mean, the last 10 episodes going to be an anticlimax from what we performed tonight.